What is going on, everybody? J.R. Fisher here. It is Wednesday, September 8th, 2021. I hope you're doing fantastic today. Hope you're feeling good. And if you are, be thankful that you're healthy, right? Because there's a lot of people not healthy. That COVID thing's going around. Whoops, I said the word. I shouldn't say that word, but that illness is going around. A lot of people are getting sick. And you can have whatever political opinions you want, but gosh, it does make people sick. And it's not a good thing. So you want to take whatever precautions you feel are necessary. So I want to welcome everybody today. We are continuing on our session today. There's actually 4 days of this training. It's 20 killer tips to create $1 million online store. And today is going to be 6 to 10. Tomorrow would be 11 to 15. And then Friday would be 16 to 20. Look, I did that. I pulled that off. But good morning, everybody. Hey, Tyann, what's going on? Good to see you and the rest of the crew hanging out here. That's right. We're starting to build up. As we get started, people go like, oh my gosh, I'm starting already, huh? And then they finally get into the room, which is fine. But please put your questions, comments, and suggestions in there. If you haven't subscribed, you could be watching this after I've gone live, but please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. And you don't miss anything, right? That prevents you from missing anything. We don't want you to miss a thing. We want you to get everything that you've paid for. Wait, you didn't pay anything. That's okay. We still want you to get it all, okay? So today I'm going to go through more steps. Now, just so you know, to give you some background, I've been selling online since 2009. I've sold millions of dollars of both digital and physical products. And I was bragging a little bit yesterday, but I had a sale the day before for $69,000. I think it was like 50 some odd dollars short of $70,000 sale for one sale. Now that's not my average sale, I will tell you, but my average sale is between like $500 and $1,000. So I don't have to sell too many items a month. If you want to know what I do sell, I own a survival food company. We do survival foods. However, that's not the only thing we sell. I do courses. I have courses on Facebook, on drop shipping, on e-commerce, on Shopify, on email programs. I have all kinds of different courses I've done. So I do that. I do have a e-business toolbox where it can give you access to a lot of this for a low monthly fee. And if you want to check that out, there should be a link in the description later on. I'm not selling on this, but I just want to let you know about that. So I'm not talking to you guys from lack of experience. Okay. I've been doing this a long time, over a decade now, which is insane to me because I just can't believe I've been doing it this long. I still talk to people from a business that I used to be in, and man, they're all unhappy. Well, actually, it's the automotive business, and of course they're going to be unhappy. That's a tough business to be in right now. It's like the car business is really kind of funny. It's like when you have a lot of sales and things are going good, you normally can't get inventory, and then when you can get a lot of inventory, nobody's buying anything. So it's like it's just difficult. It really is. Hey, Paul, what's going on, buddy? Just FYI, audio was better yesterday. That's weird because it's the same audio. There's no difference. But it is what it is, right? This is the audio we've got today. So you can compare it to yesterday. I am going to probably start putting some external microphones on here. Right now we're using a Logitech camera and we're using, I think, the audio on that. I don't know. There's a couple different audios here. Let me just check my microphone here, and I will check my audio to see what we got going on. Default MacBook Pro. Let me see if I can switch it to get a better one. Okay. Is that audio any better? Let me know if that audio is any better. I did switch it to the Logitech one. So it may have a better audio or it may have a worse audio. I'm not sure. But I do want to get on with the other steps today, guys. Just so you understand, this is 4 days of training on how to have $1 million e-commerce store. And any one of you can do it. Don't think you can't do it. I was on the phone with somebody the other day and they were saying, well, you're special and you're different. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Nobody is. It's just a matter of what you're learning to do. And guys, let me know on that audio. I have switched it to a different microphone. So I do want to see if that microphone's any better because I want you guys to have the best quality you possibly can and the best experience you possibly can. So make sure you post in that chat box there. If it is better, if it's not better, I'll switch back to the other microphone. But I did switch it. Let me get a sip here. That's my saying of the day, okay? Because it's every day. I went to the gym last night. And before we get started, I'll just kind of tell you, it was funny. I wanted to do a really strong workout yesterday. So I got there, and when I got there, some people were there already working out, and then they left, and then more people came, and then they left, and more people came, and they left. And I got down to a point where I was the only person there, and several sets of people had come and left. So I knew I'd been there a long time. And I think I was there right around 2 hours, maybe a little over 2 hours, which was a long workout, but I got a lot done. I'm doing a David Goggins, let's see, maybe a hair, what did Paul say here? Maybe a hair less echoey, audio a little better, less tin sound. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that. So I'll use this microphone here on this camera. I can't think of the name of Logitech, and we'll do that. Okay, so let's jump into this, guys. Take some notes. I think that's a great idea because it's hard to remember all this. You can come back and you can watch this later on. Don't think you can't do that. But while you're doing it, it's like the way the mind works is if you hear something, you're going to remember a portion of it. If you write something, you're going to remember a portion of it. But if you hear it and write it down, you're going to remember a whole lot more of it. So, that's a great way to do it. So number 6, we did 1 through 5 yesterday. Number 6 is, you might not want to hear this, but you do have to invest in your business. Advertise on social media. Advertise on social media. Social media is really king right now. Okay. It's not television. It's not, and understand social media encompasses a lot of things. It encompasses YouTube. It encompasses Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. And I don't know if TikTok has. I don't do TikTok, so I can't talk about it. But social media really has grasped the world in a way that nothing else ever has. So when I say social media, I have a lot of people that will come to me and they'll say, well, should I use Facebook? Should I use Twitter? Should I use Instagram? What should I use? And my answer is always the same. I don't know. The thing you've got to do really is you got to figure out where your audience is. And there's 2 ways of doing that. You can go out there and just start searching and looking and trying to figure it out, or you can run ads on all the different platforms and see which one performs better. I kind of like the latter of the 2. And the reason I like the latter of the 2 is that you may come to assumptions when you do research. You may think that one particular platform is the one for you, and you may be wrong. I can't count how many times I've been wrong on figuring out ads. So I like to just test it. And some of you say, well, geez, if you spend money on all these platforms, JR, you're going to be wasting some money. And that is true. But it costs money to figure out what works. That's just the way it is. That's how online marketing works, is you spend money on a lot of different things, a lot of different creatives, a lot of different pictures to figure out the one that really, really works. It would be great if you could, just spend money and never ever lose money and everything you did worked. But understand, we have a decided advantage with social media. And the reason is, Paul says, I think the idea of investing in your business is overwhelming for people, so they do nothing. Yeah, and it's so funny. They will spend money on so many different things, on eating out. I mean, you go out to dinner. We went out to dinner the other night to this fancy place in downtown Austin, and they had these little tiny appetizer type things. And they talked about how this yak goat walked around the mountain and they fed it different kinds of grass and different kinds of cheese came out. Just all a bunch of BS. But it was 4 of us and we got some little appetizers. My wife and I didn't have any drinks. The people we were with each had a drink, and it was $315. Now, if you took $315 and spread that over 3 social medias, you may take in thousands of dollars, but you don't think twice about spending $100 or $200 on dinner, and you're going to have nothing to show for it. And I'm not saying don't go out to dinner, but think about the stuff you spend money on and you don't bat an eye over it. If you invest some money in advertising and ads, and I also have a course on Facebook ads, if you want to check that out, it'll be in the description. But if you have that stuff out there and you have those ads out there, you can maybe figure out what's going on. Advertising on social media channels is a powerful way to connect with lots of potential customers in creative ways and fun ways. Social media advertising can be anything from simple Facebook feed posts to taco shaped lens on Snapchat. You can do all kinds of different things. So understand that you're gonna have to invest some money. Use tools, okay? Use the tools that are out there like Google Analytics to track which channels your target customers are using most, and focus on marketing efforts on those platforms. Now, it used to be we didn't have the internet. And you think about advertising in the olden days, when we advertised on newspaper and television and radio, you would spend money on that, and some people would spend money for 6 months or a year or whatever it was, and they don't know if they got any business off it. You'll never know. You put a billboard up, but how do you know that somebody came into your business, or how do you know that somebody bought something off a billboard? You don't. At least with social media, when you run an ad, you know how many people clicked on it, you know how many people converted. So it's really a good investment, but everybody's just so scared of spending money on ads, and I don't know why. It can return you just millions of dollars, literally, if you do it right. Let's see. Agreed. Paul, I'm feeling that with trying to figure out all of the tech, my brain is exploding. One bite at a time, one little tiny nibble at a time. And it's like anything that you want to learn. If you want to learn how to swim, across a pool, and that's going to be hard, but you take little bites at a time. You learn how to float, you learn how to paddle, you learn how to kick. And selling stuff online is the same way. Excuse me. Any business requires the investment, and online is still cheapest way to get involved in. Yes, it is. I mean, if you were to open a restaurant, okay, we're not talking e-commerce store anymore. You open a restaurant, you open a hair salon or a nail salon or whatever it is, man, you're going to invest thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and you don't even know if you're going to remain in business. Most businesses fail within the first 3 years. So online, you can try a lot of things and not really spend much money. If you get confused by the relativity, the new terrain of social media, there's all kinds of things you can check out. You can look at my other videos on this channel. You can look at some of the courses I have. There's all kinds of things you can check out. So some of the things you can do, the social media marketing allows for a lot of creativity. So try to implement the personality of your key buyers into your ads. How do they act? What do they talk like? What do they dress like? You got to know that. Use social media analytics to track the success of your ads and perform strategies on how you can improve future promotions. I mean, guys, you've got so much stuff you can do right now. What's Paul saying here? Paul is saying the speed of online marketing is amazing. The speed at which you can split test is incredible compared to offline. Yeah, I mean, I can know within 1 day. 1 day, if you were to put an ad in a newspaper or a TV commercial or something like that, you never know. But on an ad I put online, 1 day I know I can spend 10, 20 bucks and I can get results. How about that? All right, the next thing we're going to move on to, that was number 6, spend some money on social media for advertising. And number 7 is a big one, and number 7 is long-term. However, number 7 will bring you returns for years, okay? And number 7 is a useful SEO-driven blog. A useful SEO-driven blog. And in case you don't know what SEO is, it's search engine optimization. When you write a blog, you're going to pick certain keywords to have in that blog. And this can also be a vlog, which I guess is kind of what I'm doing right now. This is a vlog. It's a video blog, right? I'm teaching you something. I'm going through these steps, but it's based on a video, right? But running a blog is an opportunity to generate more store traffic on a daily basis. Posts that contain SEO keywords and contain useful information for consumers are likely to rank high in search engine results. Don't rip off somebody else. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Don't copy somebody else's blog. Do your own. It doesn't have to be long. It could be like 5, 6, 7 paragraphs. That's all it really has to be. And when you're doing this SEO driven blog, make sure you're using the keywords that are going to pull people in. What are they searching for? You can use tools like Keyword Tool by Google, and you can type in some of your keywords and figure out what people are searching for. I always tell people to use long tail keywords. So an example would be if I were to do a blog and I had short tail keywords, it would say survival food. Okay. My dog's barking in the background because we have some repair guys that are showing up right now. So survival food would be short tail. Okay. But if I put in there, canned meat for, if I put canned beef for survival food, survival. Okay, that's a pretty long tail keyword thing, but if I put that in there and somebody was typing that in, my blog is going to come up at the top because it's a long tail. You have better chances of actually matching up with these long tail keywords than you do short tail keywords, because so many people are trying for the short tail keywords. So go for the long tail ones. Let's see here. How did you narrow down your avatar for your customers? Do you do a written blog or just the video blogs? I don't do much written anymore, but I am going to get back to that, Paul. I think that's a component that we're missing, especially on the survival side. I will tell you, we have one thing that really hurts our want to generate traffic, and our want to generate traffic is hurt by one thing, and this is the one thing that will hurt you too, is a terrible amount of success. And what I mean by that is we have so much sales right now, it's hard for me to go over and concentrate on trying to get more sales when we have a lot of sales. And that sounds crazy, but every day I wake up to thousands and thousands of dollars in sales, and it's like, oh, I should work on the blog so I can get more. There's so many things I want to work on. And I have so many different sites. You guys may not realize that, but I operate a whole bunch of different sites, and my wife has sites. So we do need to work on that, Paul. We definitely need to work on that. We haven't done it enough. And I think the end of this year, probably beginning of next year, we'll hit that more. A blog is also a medium to connect with your audiences on a really deep level. Okay, they can get to know you. Seeing how customers respond to the content that you produce can inform your strategies for meeting buyers' needs and wants, that type of thing. And something else you said in here, Paul, the way we found our avatar, really over the years, we've got a lot of sales. And I think when we look at our audience who've already bought, that kind of tells us who they are, because we already have buyers. So we're lucky in that respect. Not all of you are going to have that. You're not going to have tons of sales that you can just look back through and go, oh, that's the person. But since we do have that, we can go back and we can target those types of people, those demographics, because we actually have that from past buyers. Let's see, makes sense. I think I will do more of the video style in YouTube as well. I want to see you do a video, Tyann. I haven't seen you do a video. Let's see you do one. Paul, I want to see you do a video. Guys, jump on this video thing. I mean, you're going to kick yourself in 5 years when you look back and saw what you could have done. I know I'm putting out a lot of videos at this point, and I'm seeing real growth. You guys don't see my end of it, but I have these analytics, and I see the ad revenue that is being generated by all these videos I'm doing. Like right now I'm live and you guys aren't interrupted by ads, which is great, unless you're watching this recorded and you are interrupted by ads. But the thing is, every time I do a video, it's like another piece of real estate out there. And I don't want to get off track here because we're getting to number 8. We've done 6 and 7. But it's like having a rental property out there. It generates money for me every month, every time I do a new video. I got one video out there that's made me, I don't know, $200, $300 in the past 28 days, one video. Now you think about that, you say, well, it's only $200 or $300. Yeah, but I have over 1,000 videos. Okay, I have over 1,000 videos. So at this point here, it's really increased. And let's move on to number 8 now. Number 8 is a really good one. And I did this in a really big fashion a few years ago, and I'm probably going to do it again, but it's build buyer trust with product reviews. I got people to review my products. I got them to send in a little short video, 30-second video, maybe 20-second video, and I use those on my site. Now, the way I did that was I sent out an email to everybody and I said, hey, I'm doing a contest. And if you do a video, first off, I'm going to give you a coupon for like, $20, $50, whatever it is, for just sending in a video. And then I'm also going to put you in a drawing for $500 worth of survival food. So when I do that, that got people to do a lot of videos. And I hope, guys, can you hear my dog barking in the background? We have workers out there. She's going crazy. So number 8 is build buyer trust with product reviews. Let me know if you can hear my dog. Just put in there. She's barking like just a banshee out there. As a beginner, should we do lives with 0 followers or subscribers? 100%. How else are they going to find you if you don't start doing them? When you start doing them, you're going to be shocked. Now, listen, when you're going to do a live in the beginning, there's probably going to be nobody listening. And I've had that before where there's nobody listening. But the thing is, once you've done that live, it sets on Facebook. Well, not so much on Facebook because it kind of falls down the feed. Nobody ever sees it, but it sits on YouTube, and that same video could be watched tonight or tomorrow or next week or next month. I have a video that's on there that I did years ago, and it still gets thousands and thousands of views. So don't worry about not having an audience. Speak to people as if they're there, okay? And when they show up, they'll understand that feeling that you're really trying to help them. And that's the thing too, do videos to help people. Don't do videos just to sell stuff all the time. It's okay to mention that you sell stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why we're here, is to sell stuff. I mean, I'm here to sell stuff. However, I try to do about 90%, maybe probably 95% of my content just to help people. So if you're actually helping people, that will come across. So do these product reviews, get people to review your stuff. You know, you can even offer them a free product if you want to do reviews. I know Jessica, my wife, gets all kinds of products sent to her because she's in dog training, and all these companies that have all these pet products want to send her a product so they can get a review done on her channel. She gets a lot of free products for that. So focused on your content, dog barking doesn't bother. Okay, good. Let's see. Yes, she's excited. Very cool. Okay, so product reviews are more convincing than there are plentiful. Okay, to encourage more feedback, don't be shy about asking customers to leave a review after making a purchase. Now, I like to reward them with a coupon. I like to reward them with maybe a contest where they can win something. Customers who are satisfied with their product won't often even consider a review because everything's already fine. Most people that do reviews are people who are complaining. If you think about it, you know, if you go online and you buy something and they send you the product and you receive it on time, you don't go, oh my God, I want to go do a review and let everybody know how great that was. They won't. It's hard to get reviews unless you ask for it and you reward them for it. Let me get a sip here real quick. So you want to make sure you ask them. Indicate the average rating and number of reviews at the top of each product page, and the button where you display the content of the reviews to increase the feedback's visibility. So you want to do that. You want to have these reviews there. There's a lot of plugins. There's a lot of extensions. If you're using something like Magento, they're called extensions. On WordPress, I think they're called plugins. I don't know. But they call them different things, but they're little pieces of software that can help you do this stuff. Next thing, number 9. Number 9 is something that's so forgotten. People did this years ago and now they've just canned it and they really don't do it, but make your website SEO friendly. That's number 9. Make your website SEO friendly. Now, people thought years ago, well, I'll do SEO and I'll get a lot of traffic, and they did, and it worked. And now they're like, no point in doing SEO because, you know, so many people have sites now and there's so many pages that I'm never going to get on the top page. Nothing could be true further from the truth, because so many people have neglected SEO. You do have better chances nowadays. And the thing is, if you use long tail keywords like what I told you earlier, you're going to do really well. Paul says, is there a good link to do product reviews? Definitely want to try the beef you have. Okay, sure. I'll send you one out, Paul, and you do a review for me. Okay. If I send you out a can, will you do a review for me? I'll send you a can free of charge. But you got to do a good review. And actually, I would say a good review is maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds max. You really don't need a long one. And I think a lot of people are so concerned. And here's the other thing. And I'm on SEO friendly for number 9, but I want to go back to this review thing real quick. When you ask for a review, tell the people what you would like to review. So I may say to somebody, hey, you bought a case of canned beef. Will you do me a favor and do a review of the packaging? Will you do a review of the contents? Will you do a review of the flavor? Will you do a review of the quality of it? If you would hit those 4 things for me, I would really appreciate it. Now somebody knows what to talk about. Otherwise, they're going to get up there and go, yeah, I bought this can of meat. This is pretty good. You know, so you want to say, these are the 4 things I'd like for you to hit. So make it really easy for them to do a review. Kind of give them an outline. These are the 4 things I'd like for you to do. These are the 5 things I'd like for you to do. And then when you get the review back, trim out all the fat. Okay. Get rid of the ums and ahs and all the kind of mistakes and stuff. And then you may say at the end, what benefit did you get from this product? So if they hit all those things, if they answer all those questions, you've now got a good review, but you've got to help them. You've got to help them. So we're back to this, make your site SEO friendly, which is number 9. Make sure your site is, okay, I don't want to get into that yet because that's something I have I'm coming up on. Okay, so your online store has to receive traffic in order to purchases to happen. The key to generating traffic, search engine optimization, guys, and this is free. You don't have to spend money on this. This is just your time. By incorporating SEO keywords into your product titles and descriptions, your site is more likely to rank higher in search engine results. The increased visibility is the key ingredient for greater site visits and more conversions. If you're unsure about how to find SEO-friendly keywords or how to incorporate them into your store, check out some of these softwares are out there. There's tons of softwares out there. You can use Google Keyword Finder. There's all kinds of, just Google that. You'll find stuff. Neil Patel has some good stuff. Saeed Balki has some good stuff. Check out some of their stuff. So other things you can do, use SEO tools to find keywords that have high enough monthly search volumes and low enough keyword difficulty for your site to work. Okay, so you want to look at that. High search term, low competition. Type in SEO keywords you're considering adding to your product pages to see which results you're competing with. Find out who your competitors are. You can look at the view source page and you can see the keywords they put on their site. Okay, if the results are major sites, consider changing your term to something less competitive. So, if you're trying to compete, oh gosh, let me try to think of a product here, put me on the spot, with Amazon. Okay, that's a tough one to compete with. Okay, so you want to find maybe smaller sites. Is it helpful as a consumer to have ideas on what to comment on? Is it helpful as a consumer to have ideas on what to comment on? Not quite sure what you're saying there, Tyann. I've watched a ton of tutorials and still struggling putting together my Kartra site, feeling pretty damn stupid. Don't. I think we forget all of the things we've accomplished. Compare the Tyann today to the one that had done nothing online. I mean, hadn't sent emails, hadn't built anything, hadn't done any research, and look at how far ahead you are. We tend to forget all of the stuff we've been through. I'm doing this push-up thing that I saw from David Goggins, and what it is you do a set number of push-ups. He does 17, I'm doing 12 on the minute, every minute for 10 minutes. So if I do 12, I'm doing 120 push-ups. Last night I did 12 sets of 12, and one of them I had 14, so it's 12, so 144. I did 146 push-ups. Now, I can look at that and go, well, I can't do what David Goggins does, because David Goggins, he does 2,000 push-ups. He does 2,000. So it's so easy for me to compare to him. But I forget back, there was a time when I couldn't do 10 push-ups, okay? And now I can do 146. So I think we tend to forget all of the pain and agony you've been through already to get to where you are. Don't beat yourself up because you don't know everything. Don't beat yourself up because you can't do 2,000 push-ups. Don't beat yourself up for that. Think of where you started, which was nowhere. Everybody starts at nowhere. I started at nowhere. Okay. Maybe you started at nowhere. Everybody starts at nowhere. Nobody is born with online knowledge. Nobody is. So just take it in small increments. You're doing the right thing right now. You're watching some training right now that can increase your knowledge. I mean, put in there, did you learn something so far today? And I've got number 10 I'm going to hit yet too. But put in there if you learned something today. And if so, you're better off than you were yesterday. Okay. So, I mean, think of it that way. Number 10. And Paul, I got to call you out on this. You ruined this. Number 10 is ensure your store is mobile responsive. Paul already put it in there, so I didn't read it because I don't want you guys to know. But those of you who are live are seeing this anyhow, so make sure it's mobile responsive. Now, when you're doing sales pages, when you're doing opt-in pages, all these things need to be mobile responsive. And that's why I tell you to get Kartra, because Kartra automatically makes everything mobile responsive, and you can click a button and see what it's going to look like on a mobile device, on a what is this thing here, an iPad. That's not what they call it though. They don't call them iPads. They call them, shoot, it's slipping my mind. See there? I do this every day and I can't think of it. It'll let you know what it looks like on a laptop or a desktop. So in Kartra, they make it responsive for you. Mobile shopping accounts for about 30% of online purchases last year. And I can tell you 70% 70% of the people that are online, we have the workers out there just driving my dog crazy, but 70% of the people viewing my products for Survivalcave food are on mobile devices. They're on not iPad, tablet. Thank you, Tyann. I was going crazy here. Tablet's what I was thinking of. All right, see there, you know something I don't know, Tyann. I didn't know it was called a tablet. I kind of did. I forgot. Mobile shopping is the wave of the future. Okay, this is increasing. 2020 mobile shopping will account for about 45% of all e-commerce shopping. So if your pages, if your website is not mobile friendly, then of course you're not going to do well. With the growing use of phones for online shopping, merchants have to ensure that their site design is mobile friendly to make sure buyers can make purchases, no matter what device you're using. Tech savvy sellers, and yes, you can be tech savvy, I'll get it right, can check operating system requirements like the iOS guidelines to ensure that their site is responsive. Merchants can also use online store design templates that are already set to mobile responsive to make the site device friendly. Like I say, Kartra, there will be a link for Kartra in the description. You can click that link, you can watch a video, you can see what it does. If you like it and you use my link, I am an affiliate, you can get it for $1. So other things you can do. Opt for vertical designs over horizontal designs for easier scrolling and viewing of your content. Understand, people hold their phone like this, okay? They don't hold it like this normally. They hold it like this and they scroll. So make sure that your content is going to work for that. Test out your store. Make sure it's mobile responsive by loading it to a phone. Excuse me. A lot of people will make something and go, man, I hope it looks good. I don't know if it's going to look good. Well, pull it up on your phone and check it out. All you got to do is look at it. It's not that hard to do. Load it on your own phone. Have your friends load it. Ask them how easy it is to go through it. That's really all you've got to do. So I've got 10. I got 10 down, and I'm at 9:31. So I'm sticking to that 30 minutes here. I feel like the training here is incredible because you walk the talk and your information is current. Well, thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate it. I do what, first off, here's what I do before I decide what I'm going to train you guys on. I have to have made sure I did it myself and got good results, because I've done some things I didn't get good results. I'm not going to teach you that. I may tell you not to do that. But all I'm doing is giving you what I do every day. You know, it's pretty easy to train you guys. I can just sit here and say, hey, these are the things that work, do these things. And what I'm trying to do here, guys, is I've made a lot of mistakes. So, you know, I may try 9 things and one works, and then I say, okay, that one thing I'm going to put into a video and I'm going to share it with people. So what I've done is I've gone through all the pain and mistakes. Don't think I don't make mistakes. Don't think I don't have failures, because I do. Okay, so when you have a failure, just chalk it up to, hey, JR has them too. I get it. We all have failures, but that's how you learn new things, is by trying new things. That's how you get there. Whether it's a push-up, which I'm working on vigilantly. I'm really working on those push-ups, and I've got my pull-up bar out here from my other house in California. I've got to get that secured and get back to pull-ups. Crazy thing for a 61-year-old guy to work on, right? But that's what I want to do. That's what I want to get good at, really good at. So that's what I'm going to work on. How often have you changed the website for your food? Well, it's funny thing with Magento, Paul. Every few years they have a new version of Magento, and we have to transfer it over to the new version. We make changes on it all the time, but the major change, moving it to another platform every single year, excuse me, another version not every single year, but every 2 or 3 years, it's just required. If I don't do that, like the last version update, we couldn't accept PayPal until you moved it to the new version. You just couldn't do it. Couldn't accept PayPal. Sometimes some of the security measures quit working on the other one. So you have to, if you have a Magento site, you're investing in something that's going to cost you some money on down the road. It's good for us. It works for us, not for everybody. I don't recommend a Magento site for most of you out there getting started in e-commerce. I would recommend Shopify, and I would recommend Kartra, and coupling those two together. Let's see here. How far in advance do you try things and then share your experience? Well, I'm trying things every single day. And as I try things every single day, when I hit on things that work, then I'll come and share it with you. So it's not like I'm going to try 10 things and share one of them with these people when I figure out which one of these 10 things works. I try things every single day. And when things work out, then I put it into my training. So that's basically it. There's no set time or a rhyme or reason to it. It's just something I do. So yeah, so today is Wednesday. So what are you going to do today? How much more knowledge, how much better of a person will you be tomorrow morning when you wake up? What are you going to do to improve yourself today? And I ask myself this question every day too. What am I going to do different that I didn't do yesterday or the day before? What am I going to do to be a better person tomorrow morning? Now, you could be a better person by helping somebody out. We had somebody in the neighborhood the other day that had a family member that needed insulin, and she didn't know how to give a shot to this person. I'm an ex-EMT. I know how to do that. I said, hey, I'll stop by and I'll do it for you. I'll show you how to do that. So what have you done, which my screen just blanked out. What have you done or what are you going to do to become a better person? And it doesn't always have to be money related. It can be all kinds of different things you can do. I try to do money related and personal things too, to be a better person, to get more results. I try to create something every single day. I created this video today. Is it enough? No, it's not enough. I'm going to go create more stuff today because I want to create, and this is the key. I want to create more than I consume. I want to create more than I consume. I need to consume because I need to learn things. Okay. I want to consume because I want to be entertained some, and I need to create every single day more than I consume. So my consumption will be educational type videos I'll watch. My consumption will be, I don't know, cooking videos or travel videos. I like to watch that, but that is way less than the time I spent creating videos, way less than the time I spend creating new products and that type of thing. So I hope that helped you out a little bit today. Did my walk and light workout this morning. Good, Tyann, good. Keep trying to combat confusion. I love it. Paul says, thanks for training today. I hope everyone has a blessed week ahead. So that's it. That's it, guys. We're done for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is 11 through 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tomorrow's 11 through 15. Friday is going to be 16 to 20, and Saturday, guys, you don't want to miss Saturday. Saturday is going to be a tribute to 9/11. It will be 9/11, and I'm going to tell you some things you probably don't know about 9/11. Some things that are going on now. It's going to be a really interesting session. I'll also talk about how it has affected online sales and that type of thing. And what you can take advantage from it. Okay. And some people say we should never take advantage of a tragedy. Well, that's not true at all. I mean, when a plane crashes because it's a bad model airplane, they don't just go, well, let's give up flying. They go, let's try to improve that. Let's try to make that better. Let's try to learn from that. And that's what we're going to do on Saturday. We're going to learn from that. We're going to get some insights and stuff you didn't know about. And of course, we're going to run a tribute to all those people who died in 9/11. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here today. Let's see here. My biggest takeaway from these trainings is take massive amounts of action. Yeah, action is it. Ideas are nothing. So many people come up with great ideas, they never act on them. So what value does it have? Action on a mediocre idea is a whole lot better than no action on a great idea. Think about that. Action on a mediocre idea is a whole lot better. I mean, I had action when I first started out selling cell phone cases, and it was a horrible idea, and the products didn't sell, and I didn't make any money, but that action taught me stuff, so I learned how to sell stuff online. So take action. Take action. Listen to Paul. Take action. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Let me switch over to my other screen real quick. It's there it is, my StreamYard screen. Thank you, Tyann. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Give me a thumbs up. If all of you now would just take a second, just a second, and click that thumbs up, you have no idea how much that helps. That helps so much. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. Yeah, so that's it. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. If I can figure out how to stop this thing. There we go. There we go. Finding the button and